proud breast cancer survivor, the founder of Mthembu Healing Foundation. You are tuning into PAC Cancer Awareness. You can live stream us on www.panafricaconnect.com or send your views or messages to 062-188-0536. It's Thursday. You know, every Thursdays, 3 to 4 p.m., we are here. We are being educated. I go out there, I get educated so that I can educate you as well. Yes, I hope you had a lovely weekend and you're having a blessed week as well. You know that whenever I'm here, we are here to be educated about our bodies. You know that knowledge is power. This is something that we must always do. I hope that you have your pen and papers with you, my lovely people. And I hope that you've shared this information with your friends and families. Everyone needs to know about the different types of cancers in every part of the body. And thank you again for tuning in. Today, the past weeks, we were talking about the cancers around the chest area, and today we'll be focusing on the brain and nervous system cancers, which is a growing brain tumor. So today I'll be educating you guys about glioblastoma cancer. We will talk that what it is, what are the signs and symptoms to look out for, how can it be prevented, how can it be early detected. This is what we will be talking about today. I hope that you are ready to grasp all this information. I hope that you've made your coffee, a glass of water, you are sitting down so that you can learn. These kind of topics are very important. We are raising awareness here. And I just want to thank you before I can start educating you about cancer. I want to thank you for raising awareness or cancer awareness together with Mthembu Healing Foundation to promote early detection, saving lives, prevention, and a healthy lifestyle. May you please continue to do that. And for more information, for more support, for anyone who is going through a situation of fighting cancer, to anyone who is currently on treatment, newly diagnosed, to the families, the caregivers, the friends who are affected by cancer or who are affected in any form, whether mentally or emotionally, always feel free to contact us, Mthembu Healing Foundation, on 078-201-4128, or you can also send your messages on our email address, which is Mthembu Healing Foundation. And you can also follow us on all our social media platforms, which is TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as Mthembu Healing Foundation, or on YouTube as Xoliswa, breast cancer survivor. So today, let's talk about glioblastoma cancer, what it is. Let's find out what is glioblastoma. So glioblastoma is one of the most aggressive types of brain cancer. It affects people of all ages, and sadly many don't survive long after diagnosis. But with the right knowledge, of course, early detection, emotional support, we can help families cope and fight for better treatment. So let's take the next hour to talk about what glioblastoma is, what causes it, the warning signs, and how we can stand together as a nation to support those affected. Let's start. What is glioblastoma? Glioblastoma is also known as glioblastoma multiforme, which is GBM, is a type of brain cancer that begins in the glial cells. the supportive cells that surround and protect neurons in the brain. Did you get that? Did you get what glioblastoma is? Glioblastoma is known as a glioblastoma multiforme, which is GBM, is a type of brain cancer that begins in the glial cells, the supportive cells that surround and protect neurons in the brain. Yeah, that sounds like a very dangerous type of cancer. The type of cancer that begins in the glial cells, which are the supportive cells that surround and protect neurons in the brain. And it is classified as a grade 4 astrocytoma, which means it is the most malignant and fast-growing form of brain cancer. It mainly develops in the cerebral hemisphere of the brain, but can spread quickly within the brain. It is classified as a grade 4 astrocytoma, which means it's the most malignant and fast-growing form of brain cancer. It mainly develops in the cerebral hemisphere of the brain, but can spread quickly within the brain. We are having a very important discussion, trying to raise awareness so that we know about these types of cancers, so that they can be early detected, so that they can also be prevented if possible. As you can hear, the glioblastoma multiforme, it's a malignant and fast-growing form of brain cancer that develops in the cerebral hemisphere of the brain that can spread quickly within the brain. I hope that you still have your pen and paper and you are taking as much as you can information about glioblastoma cancer, brain cancer, so that you can know what to avoid, what to look out for. Yeah, this sounds like a very type of cancer that I don't even enjoy talking about. Yeah, so let's continue. And glioblastoma does not usually spread to other parts of the body, but it deeply invades nearby brain tissues, making it extremely hard to remove or control. Like I said, glioblastoma does not usually spread to other parts of the body. It does not spread to other parts of the body, but it deeply invades nearby brain tissues, making it extremely hard to remove or control. Let's go deep into this and find out more what glioblastoma multiforme cancer is, so that we can be able to save a lot of lives together, promote early detection. That is very important. And who can get glioblastoma? So glioblastoma mostly affects adults between the ages of 45 and 70 years old. But we don't mean that you shouldn't you shouldn't get it checked out if you are younger than these ages. We are having this kind of awareness talks to make sure that we all do our checkups. Even if you are younger than the age of 45, you are still encouraged to look after yourself and still go out there and do your checkups. And it is also more common in men than women. And it is a very rare type of cancer in children. But that does not mean that we shouldn't pay attention on our children. That does not mean that we shouldn't check on our children. We shouldn't listen to how our children tell us how they feel. So it is very important that we also check on our children. Not only our bodies, not only ourselves, but the children. When the children start complaining about certain things, we must always pay attention. We must always be ready to do something about it as parents. And it can also occur in anyone. It is possible that anyone can have it, even those without any history of cancer in their families. They can still get glioblastoma multiforme cancer. They can still get it, which is the type of brain cancer that begins in the glial cells, which support and protect the neurons in the brain. So it is likely that anyone can get it. It's the cancers around the brain, and which is the brain and nervous system cancer. We are talking about glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer. And let's go back again to what it is so that you can understand what it is before we can go deeper into it and start talking about the causes of glioblastoma multiforme. So it is known as, sorry about that, it is a type of brain cancer that begins in the glial cells, the supportive cells that surround and protect neurons in the brain. And it is classified as a grade 4 astrocytoma, which means it is the most malignant and fast growing form of brain cancer. It mainly develops in the cerebral hemisphere of the brain, but can spread quickly within the brain. Glioblastoma does not usually spread to other parts of the body, but it deeply invades nearby brain tissues, making it extremely hard to remove or control. And before I left, we even talked about who can get glioblastoma. That is also very important that we go back to it so we can be clear what we are talking about here. Glioblastoma mostly affects adults between the ages of 45 and 70 years old. But that does not mean that if you are younger than this age, you cannot get it checked out. So even if you are younger than the age of 45, you still need to get it checked out. And it is more common in men than women. And it is very rare in children. But that does not mean that we shouldn't pay attention to our children. That does not mean that we shouldn't check on our children's bodies. That does not mean that we should ignore when our children tell us that, Mommy, Daddy, this is what I feel in my body. We must always make sure to look out for those little things in our bodies and in our children's bodies. And it can also occur in anyone. It does not matter whether you're a woman, you're a man, you are young, you are old, you can still have it. It does not matter whether you have a family history. Whether you have a family history of brain cancer or not, you can still get glioblastoma multiforme cancer. And let's go deep into it And before I start sharing the symptoms of glioblastoma, let's go back again to the causes of glioblastoma, so that you know. This is a very important topic. These are things that we all need to know about. I'm being educated here and also passing the education to you as well, so that you can be informed and inform others. And don't forget to also raise awareness together with Mthembu Healing Foundation by promoting early detection, saving lives, prevention, and healthy lifestyle. Let's do this together. Let's heal the nation together. Share this information with all your friends and families. And whenever it is Thursdays, 3 to 4 p.m., don't forget to tune in, and don't forget to share with others to also listen and know about the different types of cancers in every part of our bodies. And what are the causes? Let's go back to what are the causes of glioblastoma multiforme cancer. Okay, it's genetic mutations and previous exposure to radiation therapy, especially to the head, family history of brain tumors, immune system disorders, certain inherited conditions like Li-Froment syndrome, and environmental exposure. But the research is still ongoing. It is not yet confirmed that environmental exposure is it is known to be one of the causes of glioblastoma. It can be it might not be it. But always look out for these. These are the causes of glioblastoma. Let's go to the symptoms of glioblastoma. The symptoms are severe and persistent headache. So anytime you are having headaches and you continuously keep having these headaches, don't sit there and do nothing about it. Always know that there is something wrong about it. Don't always focus on drinking a lot of water or taking the pain medication. Always make sure that you go out there and you get it checked out. It is very important, especially if it is severe and persistent. Always make sure that you don't only rely on drinking a lot of water and pain medication. It is very important that you go and consult your healthcare workers so that they can run the tests for you. You can do your scans and know whether you're on the safe side. And early detection is always better. The treatment is not aggressive as when it's not early detected. And the other symptoms of glioblastoma is nausea and vomiting. Whenever you are nausea and you are vomiting and it's been happening for some time, always take it into consideration. Stand up, go out there, do something about it. Go to your healthcare workers. Don't just sit there and do nothing about it. It is very important that we listen to our bodies, we know our bodies, and we also know our children's bodies. It is very important. And again, the seizures. The seizures again are the symptoms of glioblastoma. And again, the personality or mood changes are also the symptoms of glioblastoma. I believe that as human beings, as people, we know ourselves and we also know our children. And sometimes you'll hear people saying, "Hey, this one, hey, she's so moody, he's so moody." Also know that it might be part of the symptoms of glioblastoma. So anytime you experience such, always do something about it. Don't just sit there and say, this person is moody, she's moody. No, don't do that. It is also a symptom of glioblastoma, so do something about it. And the other causes and the other symptoms, I meant to say, it's the memory loss or difficulty concentrating. So when somebody when somebody easily forgets things and it's hard for them to concentrate, always know that it might be the symptoms of glioblastoma. It is always known. It is always better for things to be early detected so that the treatment of glioblastoma, and it is not aggressive. And the other one is muscle weakness or paralysis. So whenever you are experiencing this, the muscle weakness or paralysis, always know that it is part of the symptoms of glioblastoma. So do something about it. Don't just sit there. And the other one is difficulty speaking or understanding speech. The other one is blurred or double vision. The last one is loss of balance or coordination. Can I just call them out for you again so that you know what are the symptoms of glioblastoma? It is severe and persistent headaches, nausea and vomiting, seizures, personality or mood changes, memory loss or difficulty concentrating, muscle weakness or paralysis, difficulty speaking or understanding speech, blurred or double vision, and the last one is loss of balance or coordination. Whenever you are experiencing these symptoms, always know that there might be something wrong. Sometimes it might be glioblastoma and sometimes it might not be. So whenever you experience these symptoms, make sure that you consult your healthcare workers. You do your scans, you do your checkups, and even before you get to experience these symptoms, always go out there, get it checked out, go to your healthcare workers, go to the clinics, get referrals to the hospital, start running the test and all of that, so you get it checked out so that you don't have to go through this. I hope that you got all the symptoms of glioblastoma, what they are and what they mean. These are the common symptoms, although the symptoms are something that people would normally say that, hey, this person, he's moody, or this one, he's lazy or she's lazy, and all of that. The symptoms are different than the other types of cancers, so we need to be very careful. We need to at least start taking people seriously. So you'll find some people they've got they've got mood swings, and we give them names. You find that somebody, their muscles are weak, and we start saying this person is lazy. We need to be very careful that these are the symptoms. We need to be very careful with that. Whenever somebody complains about such, always know that these are the symptoms of glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer. And how is glioblastoma diagnosed? Let's talk about it. That how is it diagnosed? MRI scan shows the location and the size of the tumor, and the CT scan detects the bleeding or swelling. And then biopsy is a sample of the tumor is examined. And neurological exam the test brain function like speech and movement. This is how glioblastoma is diagnosed: by doing a MRI scan showing the location and the size of the tumor, doing a CT scan which detects bleeding or swelling in the brain, and a biopsy, which is a sample of the tumor being examined, and neurological exam tests the brain function like speech and movement. This is how glioblastoma multiforme is diagnosed. And then how glioblastoma can be treated. The standard treatment includes surgery to remove as much of the tumor as possible. This is why it is very important for these things to be early detected, prevented, promoting a healthy lifestyle, and saving a lot of lives. This is why all of this is very important, and this is why we are having these discussions every Thursdays. We don't want to see people undergoing the aggressive treatment of fighting cancer. This is why we are raising the awareness. This is why we are having these shows every Thursday. Make sure that you don't miss out on any shows. Make sure that you even inform your friends and families to always tune in to this very important discussion where we talk about different types of cancers. As now we are talking about glioblastoma, multiforme brain cancer, and now we are talking about how it can be treated. And this is what we are trying to avoid. We are trying to avoid you as a person undergoing the aggressive treatment. This is why we are raising the awareness. This is why we are educating you about the different types of cancers, so that you know what to look out for, so that you know what is that type of cancer. When they talk about glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer, you need to know what they are talking about. When they talk about the signs and symptoms to look out for, you need to know what it is that they are talking about. When they talk about the causes of glioblastoma, you need to know what it is that they are talking about. And even the treatment option is also explained for those whom their families were currently diagnosed and are currently undergoing treatment. This is the kind of treatment that they go through. So, like I said, the first one is surgery to remove as much of the tumor as possible, which is not an easy thing to undergo, surgery. And the second one is radiation therapy. Radiation is also not an easy journey to go through. And the third one is chemotherapy, often using Tamazole. And the other one is targeted therapy. And the other one is clinical trials. And the last one is palliative care. As you can hear, the treatment of glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer is not easy. It is not easy at all. And for those who are already on treatment, who are already fighting this, always know that you are not walking this journey alone. God is with you, and I am with you, and Mthembu My Healing Foundation is with you. And as a proud breast cancer survivor, I've also walked this journey. I know what chemotherapy and the other procedures that you go through feel like, and if I survived it, you can also survive it. You just need to stay strong. And for those who are still okay, please make sure that you do your monthly checkups or yearly checkups, just to make sure that you are okay. It is very important that you get your body checked out, your children's bodies checked out. To go through this kind of journeys, it is not easy at all. I just explained the treatment of glioblastoma. It is a very aggressive type of treatment, because you need to go through surgery. Surgery alone is not easy. You need to go through radiation. Radiation is not easy. You need to go through chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is not easy. Targeted therapy, clinical trials, palliative care, all of that, it is not easy. So please make sure that everything that I educate you about, make sure that you go out there, you do it, and you look out for all the signs and symptoms, the causes, and you understand the type of cancer. Just get it checked out. And again, let's also talk about how can families and communities help when someone has been diagnosed with glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer. Obviously, anyone who has been diagnosed with that type of cancer, you need emotional support. You need emotional support from your doctors, from your friends, from your family, and from everyone around you. So whoever you are at home who has somebody who was recently diagnosed with glioblastoma, you need to make sure you are there to support them emotionally. You are there for them and you are walking this journey with them. And also provide practical help with transport, meals, or finances. Because at times you find that somebody who's on treatment, you have to go to hospital 2 times a month for your treatment, for your checkups, for your scan, and for all of that. So please make sure that friends and families, you're always there for those who are undergoing this journey of fighting to be survivors, to help them with transport, to help them with meals, or even finances. Make sure that you're always there to help them. And also raise awareness of symptoms and brain health, which is what I am doing right now, which is a conversation that we are having together here. We are raising awareness of symptoms and brain health to make sure that many lives are saved and it is early detected, so you don't have to undergo the aggressive treatment. And they can also join the support groups. One of the support groups that as Mthembu Healing Foundation we have of the Cancer Survivors Support Group every Wednesdays. So anyone who needs to join us, always feel free to contact us directly or WhatsApp us on 078 201 4128. Because we are a support group and we have walked this journey, we know what it feels like to be diagnosed with cancer. We know what it feels like to undergo the treatment of cancer. It is not an easy journey, and this is why I was saying that to anyone who was diagnosed, you need to make sure that you offer emotional support. Make sure that you are there for them and you provide practical help with transport, with meals or finances, and also raise awareness of symptoms and brain health, and also join the support group, the support groups, It can be anywhere, and you can also join us if you don't have anyone who is supporting you through this journey. I hope that this topic was very informative. I hope that you learned a lot on today's cancer that we talked about, although I was a bit emotional because of the cancer that we are talking about today. It was not an easy thing for me to do. It sounds like a very aggressive type of cancer, but I'm happy to be doing this, to be raising awareness so that many lives out there can be saved. And always know that early detection is better. If it is early detected, you are not going to undergo the aggressive treatment. And we are almost done. It's almost 4. You know that the only time we have is 3 to 4. It is always an hour with Xoliswa, your girl, a proud breast cancer survivor. It is always an hour, and I'm about to wrap up. And as I'm about to wrap up, I would love to leave you with this word, my ladies and gentlemen, that to you, our listeners, I want to thank you for staying with me as we discussed this important topic, glioblastoma, one of the most dangerous types of cancers affecting the human brain. Glioblastoma may be aggressive, but with awareness, early diagnosis, and strong family support, we can give patients a fighting chance. If you or someone you know is experiencing consistent headaches, seizures, confusion, or personality changes, please don't ignore the signs. Go to a clinic, request a scan, and push for answers. Mthembu Healing Foundation is here for you, whether you're a patient, a caregiver, or just someone who wants to learn. We walk this road with you. You can contact us anytime on 078-201-4128 or Mthembu Healing Foundation at yahoo.com. Let's continue to educate, support, and spread hope, one story at a time. And thank you for tuning in to PAC Cancer Awareness on www.panafricaconnect.com and sending your views and messages to 0621880536. This was your girl Xoliswa, a proud breast cancer survivor. As for me, our time is over. We'll meet again next week, same time. Catch me here 3 to 4 p.m. Thank you for tuning in. Stay blessed. I love you all.